So many D's flying at my face, I can't keep up with them. Hi, my name is Lacey, and welcome to my recap of episode 5 of The Big D. I like the show. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when my next recaps are live, because I also cover Love Island, Love Always, and Temptation Island, which airs right before The Big D. And Love Island US is coming, and Too Hot to Handle is coming soon, so a lot to cover. So make sure you subscribe for those. And I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year, so any help would be much appreciated. Let's get into it. After the elimination last week, now that Ariel is gone, Blair's kind of a little lighter, there's a party, there's shots going on, and then Angelique pulls David into his room for some what? And she was like on top of him. I don't know what they were doing, but adults consenting. Casey checks in with Blair to see how he's doing now that Ariel's gone. And she asks him like, oh, do you see something happening with Dee Dee? And he's like, I mean, I like her. I'm slowly opening up. My walls are coming down, but I still have a lot of personal work to do on myself. So I don't really see a long-term relationship coming anytime soon. So Casey makes a mental note like, okay, so Blair's not here for a serious relationship. Okay, let's see. And plus she's also looking out for Dee Dee, because Dee Dee, I think, wants maybe a little bit more than Blair is up for right now. Dean and Joe are hitting it off, and he's actually kind of contemplating maybe planting a smooch on her at some point. We'll see. The next morning, there is a ringing of the doorbell, and a new D is here. And this is Ben. He is 38. He's from Utah, and he is in software sales, and he is Angelique's ex. They were married for 14 years and have been divorced, I think, for like around 8 months now. So Angelique is kind of freaking out because she's starting something physical with David, and now her ex is here. Meanwhile, Casey's like, hello, some new meat, please. Yes, thank you. I'll take one of each. So Casey's very into Ben. Ben says he's here to help with his confidence and to meet new people and talk to new people. I guess they're aware that their exes are going to be here, because he doesn't seem surprised that she's here. So I guess he knew Angelique was going to be there. Ben only gets like a couple minutes to kind of acclimate to the situation before another ring at the doorbell, and another D is here. So many D's flying at my face, I can't keep up with them. This is Dean's ex, Amber. She's 26 and she works for the airline. They were married for 3 years, or together for 3 years, and married for 2. Dean wanted to move to LA to pursue an acting career, and she did not want to move with him, and so that's kind of where the divorce stemmed from. She wanted to settle down, and he wanted to pursue a career. Amber is 100% here for Dean, and she wants to rekindle and work things out with him. But he is starting to vibe with Joe. Yee! Angelique touches base with Ben and says that, you know, she's connecting with David, and she's torn between Ben's feelings of hurt and obviously seeing your ex move on, and then also wanting to move on and be with David. So she's kind of torn in between. Ben, though, says that, you know, it's okay. He is finding it hard to detach from her, but he wants her to be happy, and it seems amicable in a decent way. Dean and Amber, however, have a much different vibe, and you could tell there's a lot of tension there. Amber is asking him about intimacy and if he's gotten on with anybody or connecting with anybody in the villa, and he says, well, I'm not physical, but I am connecting and I am intimate emotionally and mentally with somebody. You know, there is that, and I am trying to move on. And Amber tries to get more information, but Dean is not forthcoming at all, and he's like, I'm done with this conversation, I'm walking away. He's very shut down when he's done. He's like, nope, I'm good. And I don't know if that's avoidance or just timing. Not quite sure yet. It is time for Dr. Jada's cooking challenge. And in this game challenge, one person is blindfolded while the other person directs them, and they have to make a recipe. And then halfway through, unbeknownst to them, they have to switch. And so then the other person's blindfolded and the other person is reading them the recipe and helping them out. The couples break down as Alexis and Devin, Dee Dee and Blair, Casey picks Ben, Angelique picks David, Joe picks Dean, and that leaves Takor and Amber together. Amber is pissed though because she thought she was going to be with Dean, and she was like, as if. This is giving me Brooks from episode 1. It's like, okay, these exes kind of still want to stay together and they feel a little bit territorial. The winners of the cooking challenge are Takor and Amber, and Casey and Ben. That night after the challenge, Dee Dee is talking to Blair, and he's saying that he's sort of closed, but he's opening up slowly to her, and he knows it hurts Takor to see Dee Dee and Blair hitting it off. So that kind of makes Blair take a little step back from Dee Dee, or not pursue things as much as maybe he would want to. Dee Dee really puts her eggs in his basket and says, like, look, I like you and I want to get to know you. So, you know, let's see where this goes. Ben talks to Casey as they're seeing Angelique and David in David's room. And Angelique is like kissing David goodnight. They're getting ready for bed. And the windows are open. It's like, at least shut them. If you're actually concerned about hurting your ex's feelings about this and you seriously want to move on, shut the curtains. Simple. By leaving them open, you're just pissing people off and like advertising it. Just shut the curtains. That's it. Amber is talking to Dean and Blair, or rather Blair is mediating between Dean and Amber. And Amber says how Dean is not always right. He needs to take accountability. And Blair's really good at mediating the two. But Dean is just like, he just seems so disinterested and so like, he was Mr. Party Animal before. Now Amber's here and he's like shut down. I don't know what happened, but he's not happy. On their kayak dates, Takor and Amber have a good time, but they don't really show anything because Amber's 100% here for Dean, and she just went on a date with Takor because she had to. Casey and Ben have their date, and they're really hitting it off. Casey puts all her eggs into Ben's basket. It's like, I really like you. I want to continue to talk to you. Ben says how easy it was to talk to Casey. It doesn't hurt that she's hot. And they have a really comfortable and nice connection starting to happen here. Back at the house, Dean tells Joe that he wants to still pursue things with her, but also is kind of talking about rekindling things with Amber. It's very strange, and Joe's hurt because she's like, what just happened? Ugh. Amber tries to have another conversation with Dean. He says he has no regrets about their divorce. She wants him back even without him taking accountability, and he says he's over it, and he tells her to shut up. Another one of these guys telling somebody to shut up. What is this? How disrespectful to people. Don't tell them to shut up. It's like, I care zero about your feelings, so shut up. Rude. And then he walks away. I don't see this flame getting rekindled, at least not well. It is time for the elimination. And the judges come back, not the judges, the hosts come back, and they talk to a couple people, and they say, hey, Casey, how you doing? And Casey is smitten with Ben, and Ben is very happy with the development with Casey. Angelique and David are smitten with each other, and things are progressing very well between the two of them. Amber says that she wants Dean back. Dean says that he's open, but we were divorced for a reason, and that he's still talking to Joe. But then he goes on to say that Amber is his first choice and that he would do anything to rekindle and rebuild that relationship. So Joe's kind of like, what? Confused. Thought I was number one, and now you want to rekindle with your ex who you're pissed about and said that you're divorced for a reason? 0 cents. 0 cents made here. They also talk to Dee Dee, who says that she's really connecting with Blair, but Blair says that he's not ready for a serious long-term relationship right now. So that is going to be an interesting discussion. The hosts have another surprise in store for the D's and say that because we're halfway through with the series, the season, that there will be no elimination tonight. And so everybody is still going to be here. I think there's too many people. I think we can get rid of like maybe Devin and Alexis just because they're sort of rekindling stuff. So it's like, okay, go. Yeah, but that's the end of this episode. Nobody's eliminated. So many D's. So many D's. And hopefully some D stands for drama coming up next. What did you think of this week's episode? What do you think of the new D's? Do you see any potential couples? Do you see any couples you do not like together? I want to hear your comments down below. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.